Hey guys, Venomous here, and I got a brand new segment of the Verdict for you. Now today, instead of talking about a movie, I'm talking about an anime series in general, okay? Now, you probably already know what it is from the title, but I'm talking about Inuyasha, okay? Now, why am I talking about Inuyasha, okay? Reason being is because recently I just finished the entire series for the most part, okay? I just recently saw the last little season, I guess you could call it, or little, last section of the actual series and the story of Inuyasha. Okay, what I saw was called something called Inuyasha: The Final Act. Okay, now that's still in Japanese. Okay, what is it? Most of the Inuyasha series and the story is already in English and it's already in anime form. Okay, but in case you guys don't know, Inuyasha originated from a manga. As you guys can see, it's a little bright, but yeah, this is the Inuyasha manga. This is volume 45 of the series, but I've read just about all the entries into the series for the most part. Now, what's so good about it? Okay, Inuyasha is a romantic type of story almost set in both present day Japan and feudal Japan. Okay, where pretty much it's about a girl named Kagome. Okay, this is the same author, the creator of Inuyasha is Rumiko Takahashi. She's the one that also created Rama 1.5. Okay, that's a fighting manga or fighting anime. That's also a little bit of a romantic comedy, and it's got the same thing with this one too in Inuyasha, because one of the big, kind of like subplots or one of the big plots within the entire anime and the entire manga story is the relationship between Inuyasha and Kagome. Okay, what's also a big part about it is that what's key into that is that Kagome is the reincarnation of a priestess that kind of quote unquote killed Inuyasha many years ago in feudal Japan. Okay, I'm not going to get too much more into the actual story, but just revealing little tidbits because I don't want to spoil it for you guys, because you guys should definitely go read this manga and go see the anime and also see the final section in Japanese, which is called Inuyasha: The Final Act. But anyway, okay, that priestess killed Inuyasha. Okay, her name was Kikyo. She killed Inuyasha many years ago because there was a whole squabble between those two over something called the Shikan Jewel. Okay, which is eventually gotten into the hands of an entity known as Naraku, which is a demon that's pretty much for all the characters in the story is behind all their miseries and all their kind of like bad luck, for lack of a better phrase. Okay, Naraku's the main demon of the entire series, and it's up to Inuyasha, Kagome, and their friends that they meet along the way to actually kill Naraku and actually, kill Naraku and get rid of the Shikan Jewel and kind of purify it and, destroy it. Okay, there's a whole bunch of other stuff that happens into there. It would take a lot longer than maybe 10 minutes for me to describe everything, because on top of that it'd be spoiling, but it's really good. Okay, the manga, here's the main differences. Okay, the manga never was really kind of finished. Okay, because a lot of stuff, there was a lot of legal stuff and a bunch of other things here and there as far as like the actual creator going through and actually creating all the manga and stuff, and then also the translations coming from over in Japan over here into the States. There's a lot of squabbles in there, so it's kind of hard to actually get the definitive final story or final arc from the actual manga. I might be wrong. There might be an actual, like book or graphic novel or something that's actually, the final volume of Inuyasha. But from the ones that I've run into maybe about close to almost 50 different volumes, and I've actually, read every single one of them because it's such a good manga, to be honest with you. Because I liked Ranma 1.5, even though it's kind of a little bit not kiddie, excuse me, I used the wrong word, not kiddie, but it kind of like, a little bit cheesy in a sense in some cases, but you gotta understand it's a romantic comedy, so you gotta kind of just, roll with it for a little bit, and then eventually it'll start to grow on you. But the manga is very good. The manga is always the best place to actually go and get the original story from what the anime tells you. The manga is almost always better than the anime that it's based on it. Okay, now the anime is really good. The anime, you probably find it on like Adult Swim sometimes. You could probably find it on the Anime Network. You'll probably find it everywhere on the internet, because it's so good. Good series, to be honest with you. One of my favorite characters the series besides Inuyasha is I like the monk, Moroku. He's a character in there that Inuyasha and his friends run into, that he has a wind tunnel within his hand, and he's able to absorb demons within that wind tunnel, that leads to pretty much nothingness. He can absorb like hundreds and hundreds of demons just by opening up his hand, just to go on like that, and all the demons go into there. That's one of my favorite characters from there. But anyway, The anime, it follows close to how the manga is. There's some differences in there. There's some major differences and stuff. The ending that I have seen and that that I know of is from the anime, which is called Inuyasha: The Final Act, which I've just recently finished, and that's pretty much like the pretty much ending the series as a whole completely. Everything gets wrapped up. I'm not gonna spoil how it ends, but if any fan of the series would pretty much know how it's supposed to end if you haven't seen it already. But it ties up things pretty nicely, ties up all the loose ends. There's some nice moments, especially if you've been following the series for a very long time. To be honest with you, there's some things I wanted to see that I didn't really get a lot of stuff out of. There's some other stuff maybe I didn't want to see or I didn't see coming, but it kind of worked anyway of what they were doing. And overall, it's a great series. Any anime lover, anybody who's into anime or manga like that should definitely check up on this series. Inuyasha, you should definitely read the manga first before you actually, pick up the anime, because I know the anime is pretty awesome, but if you really want to get to the down nitty and gritty of where this stuff originated and the original story of what the actual author and the creator wanted to bring to the audience, definitely read the manga, like that. But if you just really don't care about reading, or if you just just want to kick-ass manga, kick-ass anime and stuff, definitely watch the anime. Start from the first season and then continue on, because that's always the best way to see a series. Because if you catch it up midway, you're not going to know what the hell is going on, because there's just so much stuff that happens from episode 1 all the way towards the end to the final act, and it's pretty crazy. So definitely, I really recommend actually you guys seeing Inuyasha. It's a great series, great romantic comedy, and I'll talk to you guys again real soon. This has been The Verdict, Venomous out, and I'll talk to you guys again soon, okay? I'll be back again, hopefully with another movie review next time, alright? Talk to y'all later.